Hello, everybody. This is Jack from Fluency.com. It is so good to have you here. And in today's lesson, you're going to learn some vocabulary, some phrases that you can use to describe charts. We'll also look at the third conditional and a mistake people said I made. We'll go through that. And we'll also look at percentages too. So this lesson is for you if you want to learn words and phrases to describe charts, to describe things going up, going down, staying the same, crashing, soaring, etc. So we're going to use the price of Bitcoin to learn this vocabulary, and we're going to do this in a real fun way. So thank you so much for being here. Now, before we go straight into the lesson, there are two things I need to share. Firstly, if you are new here, you're going to want to subscribe. You know how to do that. Click that subscribe button, but also turn on notifications so that you get a notification when I go live or when I upload a new video. So if you are new here, please do that. The other thing to mention, there is a special bonus for people watching this lesson. I'll go into that later. So, as you can see, this is a live lesson. People are going to talk about what we are discussing here. So if you are here live, feel free to ask me questions, but keep it on topic. And what I mean by that is, don't ask me questions about conditionals when we're not talking about conditionals. Don't ask me questions about the IELTS exam. Just keep it on topic. At the end, we'll be able to discuss these things a little bit later. So many people are here. So many people are here. It's so good to see you all. Manito, who has been to a lot of these live lessons. We have Johannes, who's calling me Uncle Jack. Great to have you too. Like I said, what we're going to do is describe charts. And I'm going to use the price of Bitcoin to help me do this. Now, you can apply the language that you learn in this lesson to describe population growth or the US dollar. Anything at all. You can take that vocabulary. And this is the graph we're going to use. So we're going to look at this graph later. But first, quick yes or no. Did you watch this lesson? It is on your screen now. Did you watch this lesson? This is a lesson I made on mixed conditionals. And that's when I introduced Bitcoin as well. And if you don't know what Bitcoin is, it is this digital currency which is peer-to-peer, which means you don't have banks, you just have your own wallet and you can send money to people, and it is all done using the Bitcoin network. Now, this isn't a lesson about Bitcoin, it's about describing charts and how to talk about charts. A lot of people have seen that lesson. Some people are saying no. If you haven't seen it, go watch it after this lesson. Because in that lesson, I said this. If I had bought Bitcoin in 2011, my portfolio would be worth $1.5 million today. If I bought Bitcoin in 2011, my portfolio would be worth $1.5 million today. It's crazy. I can say, I wish I had bought Bitcoin. I wish I had bought Bitcoin in 2011. Yes, so that's kind of a crazy story, but I also said this. Now, people said I made a mistake in this sentence. Read that sentence. I would have done it if I had more time. I would have done it if I had more time. What is the mistake here? Or what do you think is the mistake here? I'm going to tell you if it is a mistake, if this is wrong soon. But what do you think this is? Well, a lot of people told me this. Jack, you should say, I would have done it if I had had more time. I would have done it if I had had more time. Because the third conditional uses the past perfect construction. I would have done it if I had had more time. And the verb have becomes had had. However, in spoken English, it will be very rare to hear had had. Most people shorten this to had. Look at everybody saying had had, exactly. Most people shorten this to had because it sounds a little bit strange to say had had. If I had had. Sounds strange. So, in most cases, people just say, I would have done it if I had more time. But when you're writing an essay, or if you are in an exam, had is better. Had is better. So that is a key difference there. When speaking, I would have done it if I had more time. Writing, I would have done it if I had had more time. Formal writing. So that is a really good way to start this lesson. Are you guys ready to learn vocabulary, to discuss charts? We have quite a lot to go through in this lesson, but I think you're going to find it very useful. So look at your screen. Actually, I'm just going to go to the chat box before we do. Jack, do you think it's a good idea to invest in Bitcoin now? I have no idea. Yeah, it was a good time to invest in Bitcoin a long time ago. My thoughts on Bitcoin, I find it very interesting. I love the topic. And I'm never going to talk about if you should invest in it, if I invest in it. I just find it interesting. Okay, so look at your screen now. This is the price of Bitcoin from September 2016 to February 2018. And if you can't see the numbers, don't worry too much, because what we're interested in is the trend. We're interested in that blue line and what it does and how we can describe that, how we can use different phrases to explain what is happening. And this is very useful for business English. Now, if you are enjoying this lesson, please click the thumbs up. Please click that like button. We have 150 people watching. I want to see lots and lots of likes. Okay, good. So going back to this. Look at that red arrow. What can you say about the red arrow? Have a little think about this. How can you explain what is happening here? And no, there are many different ways that we can talk about graphs, but I'm going to show you the most common. And it's this. From September 2016 to April 2017, the price of Bitcoin rose steadily. Two things. We're using the verb rise. We are using the verb rise. And then we're using steadily to say that it went up slowly. It rose slowly. I've got a question for you. This is a great question. What other verbs can we use instead of rise? Okay, what other verbs can we use instead of rise? Somebody just said, I see it's a mathematics lesson. Yeah, this is. What kind of? It's an English lesson about charts and graphs and prices and percentages. So what other word can we use instead of rise? And I just used it too. Increase. Very good. Increase. We can use rise or increase. There's also a phrasal verb that I used. Not grow up. Shalom. Thank you. Not grow up. Go up. Reza. Very good. So, rise, go up, increase. Those are the three most common ways to talk about something that does that. Okay? Rise, go up, increase. Rise, go up, increase. So, I used the verb rise here. The price of Bitcoin rose steadily from 2016 to April 2017. Look at this one. Okay, this is what happened next. We're going to practice these again later, and I have some really good phrases to use soon. But what about this one? How can you explain this? How can you explain this in English? Okay. So to go up, to rise, to increase, but what about this one? I'm going to show you right now. Look at this. The price remained stable from May to July. The price remained stable from May to July. So it didn't go up, really. It didn't go down. It remained stable. Maybe it went up a little tiny bit, but a great way to explain this, the price remained stable from May to July. It didn't change. It didn't really change a lot. The price remained stable from May to July. The next one is a great one, okay? Look at this arrow now. So it rose steadily, then it remained stable, and then it started increasing again in August. And I like this one because we're talking about something that is happening again. It went up steadily, then it remained stable, and it started increasing again in August. So this is a little bit more advanced. And what you're doing is you're telling a story. You're not just describing the graph, but you're telling a story. It went up. Is that the right way? Is that better? Yeah, it rose steadily, then it remained stable, and it started increasing again in August. It started increasing again in August. It started going up again in August. It started rising again in August. Okay? So we're talking about a story here. We're explaining a story. Nita, I love this lesson for presenting business English. Thank you so much. And if you're enjoying it, click that like button. Junior, why reading books is so difficult? Ask those questions later. Ask questions about the graph now. Okay? Bilal, my phone is 1%. Well, I hope you can stay for a little bit longer. Now, Reza has a word down here. Look at Reza's word at the bottom. Dramatically. Okay? Because that is maybe how we're going to describe this arrow. What can you say about this? So the price rose steadily, it remained stable, it started increasing again before increasing rapidly from October until its peak in December, or before increasing dramatically, before going up dramatically, before going up rapidly, before rising rapidly. Again, rise, increase, go up. Before increasing rapidly from October until its peak in December. Okay, does that make sense? Is that helpful? Please let me know. Just say yes. Just say yes. Hugo says skyrocket. Yes, before skyrocketing from October until its peak in December. And the peak is the highest point. Just like a mountain has a peak. The peak is the highest point. Victoria says, go to the moon. Yep, you can also say that. It mooned. But that's very specific to crypto, I think. But before increasing rapidly from October until its peak in December. Before going up dramatically. So we can use rapidly or dramatically. We can also say this. Look at your screens now. The price shot up. To shoot up is the phrasal verb. In the past, the price shot up. The price shot up. The price shot up from October to December. The price shot up from October to December. So, hello. I think it is important to know that there are many variations here. When speaking and when writing, it's good to know these variations and to make it a little bit flexible. But when listening, you need to know them all because people use them in different ways. So in speaking, you can know one or two and say it went up, it increased, for some flexibility. But when listening, it's good to know more because then you can understand when people are talking about it. Shri says this is part of IELTS, right? I think on the academic writing exam, you might need to discuss charts, but I don't know. I can't say it confidently because it's a long time since I taught IELTS. But a lot of exams do have questions where they ask you to describe charts and graphs. Good. Immediately. Can we use immediately? No, not in this case. Not in this case. Dramatically, rapidly. Also, like I just said, the price shot up from October to December. But what happened next? What happened next? What happened next? You can see something else happened. Since then, it's been declining rapidly. Okay? So we have when things go up, when things are positive, rise, increase, go up. When things go down, decline or go down. Since then, it's been declining rapidly. What's very interesting here? Do you notice which tense I use to describe this? In the other ones, we've mainly used the past simple. Shut up, started, remained, rose. But this one is different. This one is different. Since then, it has been declining rapidly. What tense is that? What tense is that? Let's go to the chat. Patricia says it plummeted. Great example. It plummeted. It plummeted. We have go down and decrease. Yeah, go down, decreased, decline. Shalom. Present perfect continuous. Exactly. Exactly. Look at this again. This is important. Since then, it's been declining rapidly, which tells you that it's continuing today. Or this month. Let's just say this month. Bitcoin has been declining rapidly. Since then, it's been declining rapidly. It continues today. An action that started in the past in December and continues in the present. It's been declining rapidly. So, when we are talking about graphs and prices, we also need to think about which tense we use. In the past simple. But because it's continuing today, since then, it's been declining rapidly. Okay. We can also say the price crash. Okay. The price crashed in January. The price crashed in January. The price crashed in early 2018. The price crashed in early 2018. Very good. Let's go to the chat. See who is here. Lucas has just arrived. You will want to go and watch the start of this lesson. We have covered a lot. We've gone through a lot so far. And if you want to get advanced materials based on this lesson, then keep watching until the end, because I'm going to talk about how you can get those materials. The oil price crashed. Ingrid says it has been steady today. Fidel has just subscribed. Good to have you here. I'm going to make that box a little bit bigger so we can all see it. Good to have you here. If you are new here, please click that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell. Okay. Let's just have a quick recap. A quick summary again. I'll go through this quickly. From September 2016 to April 2017, the price of Bitcoin rose steadily. The price remained stable from May to July. It started increasing again in August, before increasing rapidly from October until its peak in December. You can also say the price shot up from October to December. Since then, it's been declining rapidly. The price crashed in early 2018. Okay. So that is the first part of the lesson. What we're going to talk about next is to predict the future and also talk about percentages. So we're going to talk about how we can predict the future and what phrases to use, what people think is going to happen to the price of Bitcoin in the future. And we're also going to look at percentage change as well. So I'm just going to take a very quick break, and I'll be back in about 30 seconds. Okay, we are back. We are back. So, Shad says, why is he not coming live? Why is he not live? Well, I am back again. That was just a quick break. What we can do now is just practice a little bit. You can tell me some things that are happening with prices or population or anything where you are. And I'll read these out during this lesson. So it's a good idea to practice your writing. Tell me about the price of anything where you are. Has it gone up? Has it gone down? The price of eating out at restaurants. For example, the price of housing in Asheville has gone up a lot over the past 5 years. The price of housing in Asheville has gone up a lot over the last few years. Taninek Sritzwell just subscribed. Thank you for being here. Thank you for subscribing. Okay, so while I'm waiting for some of those to come in, we will just go back to this. And look at this headline, okay? We're going to talk about... Oh no, I've got a little summary. Here's a summary, okay? So this is a good one to remember. Go up, increase. Go down, decrease. Shoot up, increase rapidly. Crash equals decrease rapidly. Let's talk a little bit about percentages now. And this is going to help you as well when it comes to tenses. The past simple versus the present perfect. Okay. Look at this example, and then we'll have a look at the chat again. Yesterday, the price of Bitcoin was $10,000. This isn't true, it's just an example. Or let's just say the price of anything was $10,000. Today, it is $12,000. So it has increased. So that's a 20% difference, okay? What we're focusing on here, look at this. Today, so far. Today, so far. That's really important. What tense should we use here? What tense should we use here to describe this difference? The price of Bitcoin has gone up by 20% today. Present perfect. The price of Bitcoin has gone up by 20% today. Because today hasn't finished. It's an action that started in the past and it continues in the present. So that's why we are using the present perfect. The price has gone up by 20% today. But look at this example. January 2013, December 2013. It was $13 in January. It was $730 in December. That's a difference of 5,515%. What tense do we use here? The price went up by 5,515% using the simple past. Okay. Now, something a little bit more advanced is go back to this one. Have a look at this sentence. The price has gone up by 20% today. This isn't the present perfect continuous because we are focusing on the result. 20%. The example I used before here, since then it's been declining rapidly. That is focusing on the action. The action. You can also say, since then, it has declined or it has gone down by 70%. That is the difference, or one of the differences between the present perfect and present perfect continuous. The continuous focuses on the action. Declining. It's been declining. The verb, it's been declining. You're not talking about results. not percentages or numbers, just the action. It's been declining. Whereas this one, the price has gone up by 20% today. The present perfect simple. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? I hope it does, because it's a great difference, a great example of the difference between the present perfect simple and continuous. Again, it's been declining rapidly. The action, the price has gone up by 20% today, present perfect. Okay, does that make sense? Like Gianluca, Volume 1, just subscribed. Fantastic, good to have you here. Gianluca focused on the action. Exactly, we're focusing on the action here. Exactly. Good. Now, my camera is going to die very soon, but I'm going to use my webcam once that happens. And just to say again, January 2013, it was $13. December 2013, $730. The price went up by 5,515%, simple past. Because that happened in the past, in 2013. Very good. Got a question for you. This is just for fun. No investment advice. Just a fun English lesson. What do you think the price of Bitcoin will be by the end of the year? What do you think the price of Bitcoin will be by the end of the year? Let me know in the chat box. It is about 10,000 today. Let me know in the chat box. I'm just going to go to a couple of examples. Oh, I forgot to share my screen. What do you think the price of Bitcoin will be by the end of the year? Okay, answer that. Good. Gemma says sorry for being late. That's okay. That is okay. It's okay to be late sometimes. You shared actually, I got a notification saying that you tweeted about my lesson. Sahara says, God knows. Exactly. It's very hard to predict. And I'm not going to give my prediction. I'm just interested to know what you think it's going to be. And this is a good way to practice using either will or going to predict the future. For example, Reza, it will decrease by the end of the year. Good. Yeah. Say it will be lower at the end of the year. It will be lower by the end of the year. Patricia says nothing. I think it will crash and restart and start increasing steadily. Very good. Hello, Aklem. Vulcan says, please hit thumbs up. This is really good practice. It will be lower in price because price might decrease in the future. Good example. Yeah, it'll be lower in price. I think it'll be lower. I think it'll be higher. I think it's going to go up. I think it's going to go down. I think it will do this. I think it will be stable for the next 2 months. It will be a bubble as many utilities in the past in which many lose and few earn. The price will stabilize. Good. So a bubble is when something expands rapidly and then it pops. That's a bubble. A bubble. Like the stock market bubble in 1929 or the tulips bubble in the Netherlands. Those types of things. It will be cheaper. It will go up. So not it would, but it will go up. Bitcoin is going to plummet soon. Great example. So that means I think it's going to decrease rapidly. Good. Very cool. Okay. So let's look at some predictions from experts. Goldman Sachs. Okay. This is a big company in America. Most cryptocurrencies are heading to zero. Most cryptocurrencies are heading to zero. This is a great use of the word to head, which means to go. So most cryptocurrencies are going to zero. That is a headline that we've just seen. Someone else says Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, and Ripple prices to soar in cryptocurrency boom during 2018, experts predict. So that's an interesting one. To soar means to go up rapidly. To soar means to go up rapidly. And a boom is when things go up rapidly, when they soar. A boom. For example, Asheville, where I live, is booming. It's becoming more popular. More restaurants are opening. More businesses are opening. The price of housing is going up. It is booming right now. So that's what that means. That's what that means. So to soar is to go up rapidly, and a boom is when this happens. But other people think that they are heading to zero. They are heading to zero. Okay. Special bonus. Join the Fluency program, fluency.com/TFP, and you're going to get words and phrases that we have used in this video. And you'll be able to use my method to internalize these phrases. So this afternoon, I'm going to record audio for it. I'm going to record all the phrases that you need to know, and extra ones too. About 13 total, so that you can use my method to internalize these. If you are in the live chat, just click that link and go to that. If you are watching the replay, then check out the comment section and you'll be able to go there. Okay? Good. This is a review from Victoria. She sent me this review last week. She says, as an English teacher from Greece, living in England with a relative lack of confidence, working in an English school, I decided to start the yearly to Fluency program. Doing my Masters in TESOL, I assure you that this is the most effective learning English program, as it provides you with real-life conversations and then offers you all these chunks of language, all these phrases and sentences, to practice as much as you want. Repetition, recordings, listening and speaking, everything in just one program. Aim high and you can do it with just 10 minutes a day. It is true. Thank you, Jack. You are a lovely person and professional. So to get those bonus audio lessons from this lesson, sign up today and reply to the welcome email with YT bonus, and you'll get some bonuses, those bonus audio lessons. Let's go back to the chat scene, and I just need to do that. Hello, this is my webcam. Hello, hello, hello. My camera died again. My camera died again. So, any questions? This is the time for you to ask some questions in the chat box. Please ask those questions. Also, if you're new here, get this free book down here to fluency.com/book. How can I talk to you on Facebook? Go to facebook.com/tofluency. No live video chat, but you can ask me questions. It will fluctuate, but the trend will be downward. Good. Fluctuate means go up and down. Up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. Like that. Should we use formal, or is it okay to use informal slang sometimes when describing charts? You are ugly in this camera. I am, aren't I? I'm a little bit ugly in this camera. Or you can say you don't look as good on this camera. You don't look as good on this camera. One question, is it all lessons at this time always? No, I can't commit to a time at the moment because I sometimes have to go to meetings. I sometimes have to help out with my family. Very soon I'm going to have that, hopefully. I'm still confused with my accent. Do you have any idea? Take my program. I go through how to improve your accent, your pronunciation, intonation, rhythm, stress, and how to internalize these things too. What should I do in order to understand the British and American accent? Watch the lessons that my wife and I make. So go to my channel and look at the lessons where my wife is also in them. She is American, I am British, and you'll be able to listen to both at the same time. I was joking, Jack. You are always beautiful. Thank you. I'm just going to move that light to here. Okay, that's better. That is better. How to pronounce ing in reading or swimming. Two ways. You can pronounce the G at the end, or you can drop the G. Drop it. So, for example, reading or reading. Swimming or swimming. In spoken English, it's more common to drop that G. Do you have a British accent? Yes, I do. Thanks, Jackie. You're a good teacher. Thank you so much. You're perfect. These are very kind comments. Thank you so much. I can't pronounce that name, but somebody just subscribed. Thank you so much for being here. Is there a difference between the word love and like? Yeah, love is stronger. For example, I like coffee. I like coffee. I love coffee. I love coffee. Love is stronger. Your hair looks great, Jack. Thank you. Present perfect continuous. I have been growing my hair for nearly a year now. I've been growing my hair for nearly a year, which means I'm continuing this action. It is continuing. Your office is very tidy. Minimalism already at its best. Yeah, I tidied my office in January. Minimalism is so important to me. So important. Thank you. Thank you for all these kind comments. Rachmi, this is the first time watching live. Very cool. Is Asheville near the Shenandoah Valley? 6 hours away. 6 hours away. That is a beautiful part of the world. I love it. People have very strong opinions. Your hair is better short. I like it longer. Have you invested in Bitcoin or another type of currency? I'm not going to say. I'm more interested in the technology and just things in general. How did you learn Spanish? Could you suggest some resources or techniques that helped you? I used the method that I have in my program. And I'm learning other languages using this method right now. So this program right here is how I learned Spanish. And that's why I like to promote it. That's why I think it's so good. This is why Victoria says it's such a powerful program. And it just makes you such an efficient English learner, learning in the right way and making really good progress. So go check it out. Where is your wife? She is at home with my daughter. I think they might be shopping right now. She might be at the supermarket. I hope she is. I like tea, but I love coffee. How can I take control over the butterflies in my stomach when I take my English exams? Very good. Lots of preparation will help. Breathing exercises. And try to enjoy it. Don't worry too much about the result. Focus on the process and just enjoying the exam. Take the pressure off. Okay. Thank you so much for being here again. Just to go back to this, if you are new and you haven't done this yet, click subscribe and definitely turn on that notification bell. We have new lessons coming next week, so this will give you a notification as soon as I release it. And to get all the materials from this lesson and the audio, the pronunciation course, bonus audios, my method, it's just such a powerful method. Go sign up today and then write Whitey bonus when you get the welcome email. Okay, so again, thank you so much for being here. Like and share, and I'll speak to you all soon. Bye for now.